Hello, all of you. Here we begin with the second class for appeals and revisions. Okay, connected, we will be taking the rectification, settlement commission, your R, which is now bar. So these are all connecting topics and they are all like grievance cell. Okay. Some of the students, they run away from these kind of the topics. Ma'am, isko chhod diye to nahi chhodna hai. There is like repetition required, but actually it is easier than your math and business restructuring. Seriously, I'm telling you. Only thing is you need, I know it's like little theoretical, little technical, but if you repeat it twice, thrice, you will get a grip. And the best part is when something is very technical, even the examples are repeated as it is in the final exam. Whatever examples, like today I'm not going to take, today I'm doing the second part of the appeals and revisions. Tomorrow is the class only to solve question answers on appeals, revisions and rectification. So when I do that tomorrow, you will realize that there is so much of repetition in the way they are asking you the procedural questions, even in the MCQs. Right? So this is very simple topic. I know thoda sa technical hai. Actually, CA final paper of taxation is not a practical paper. It's an bare act actually. And you are studying the core part of the act now. Assessment procedure, the DTA, the transfer pricing. So application of that act and problems to apply that knowledge. Okay. Which is limited to, you can say, overall 40-45 marks. Remaining 55 marks is the core concepts only. So 5 minutes may I will revise yesterday's class. If you have doubt, ask. Otherwise, I'll be teaching you कुछ नोट्स लिखेंगे आज. डॉक्ट्रिन ऑफ मर्जर पढ़ेंगे. हाँ, लॉ में पढ़े होंगे ना डॉक्ट्रिन ऑफ मर्जर. But before that, let us revise what we have done yesterday. Okay. So here I am. Okay. We have seen yesterday what are the kind of the appeals we can find. Appeals start when we are not accepting the order passed by the AO. I filed my return, my assessment is done, scrutiny or regular assessment or 144 or 147. And when we don't accept the order of the AO, we can file appeals. There is hierarchy to the appeals. The first appeals can always be filed only by the SSC to the Commissioner Appeals. There, if the SSC loses, he can go to ITET, there, High Court, there, Supreme Court. But when we have done yesterday all this, we have seen that only SSC can file an appeal in Commissioner Appeals, and Commissioner Appeals is at the post of the Commissioner. So if there is any problem with the order of the AO and all, then higher authorities. You know, when I say higher authorities, you all should write here, because today's whole class I'll be saying higher authorities. So who are the higher authorities? Commissioner of Income Tax, Principal Commissioner of Income Tax, Chief Commissioner of Income Tax, Principal Chief Commissioner of Income Tax. These are the higher authorities. So if there is a problem to the higher authorities, how can they go to Commissioner Appeals? Commissioner Appeals is like parallel to what these authorities are. याद है आपको वो diagram? यहाँ पे AO है, उसके नीचे ITO है. So AO is going to report, and here it is Commissioner Appeals. So SSC can go to Commissioner Appeals, but these people, they will directly go to the ITET. Okay. So who can apply to ITET? PCCIT, CIT or SSC, High Court. When you go to Supreme Court, you have to ask the High Court to help you frame a question of law. Only in case of question of law, you can go to High Court and Supreme Court. The question of fact, the last fact finding authority is ITET. What is the background of the case is all the question of the fact. वो सब किसके पास है? ITET के पास है. Then there is juggling with the law कि okay, this is allowed, this is within the four corners of the law, and all that is done by the High Court or the Supreme Court. Okay, right. Commissioner Appeals, you have to make the application within 30 days, ITET 60 days, 120 days and 90 days. 30, 60, 120 and 90. Form number 35, you have to make the application to Commissioner Appeals within 30 days of receiving the order of the AO. and it has to be signed, and within 1 year from the end of the financial year in which you have filed the appeal. अपील फाइल किया है अगर 22 अगस्त 22 को, तो दिस इज एंडिंग इन मार्च 22. So from here March 23 is the time within which the commissioner appeals should dispose of the appeal. Okay, and for ITET 4 years from the end of the financial year in which appeal is made. But of course, if you take a stay order and just pay 20% of tax, assessment in such cases is completed by ITET in 180 days. Okay. अच्छा, you went to the appeal saying CIT appeals, please check this matter. AO ने बहुत ज्यादा टैक्स लगाया. Can the CIT appeals still increase the tax? Answer is yes. Same with the ITET. Can they increase it? Yes. High Court and Supreme Court, they will not go into the facts of the cases and all. They will discuss on the law which is applicable and then give the judgment, and according to the High Court and Supreme Court question of law answered, again the assessment will be completed by the ITET. Okay, right. So when you go to the ITET also, tax can be enhanced, reduced, all. It's written reduced, but enhanced bhi hai. Chalo, next. Hierarchy is clear. Okay, right. Now, which are the orders against which you can go to commissioner of appeals? So generally all the orders except where orders are already passed by the PCCIT, like 1023 C में जो ट्रस्ट को रजिस्ट्रेशन मिलता है, DRP है, GAR है, these are the cases wherein already they are done by the commissioner level people, then you cannot go to commissioner appeals. So all the orders passed by AO can go for CIT appeals, except for your GAR and your DRP appeals, they will go directly to the ITET. Okay, so this is a limit. Time limit for filing the appeal. In case of 248, where they have demanded the tax, pay the tax. From the date of payment of tax, 30 days you have to make application. Where appeal is related to assessment of penalty, then the date they have served you the notice, from there 30 days. In any other case, the day you receive the order. Okay, right. Delay will be accepted. Now, what does that docket should continue? Your order, your challan, your notice of demand, statement of facts, and grounds of appeal. Okay, right. So this is it. Payment of tax before. What happened? You're joining with two windows. Check now once, Monisha. Payment of tax before filing of the appeal. Yeah. So do you need to pay the tax before filing of the appeal? Answer is yes. You have to pay the tax if you have filed the return, and then only your case will be accepted for appeal. If no return is filed, at least whatever is your estimated tax or advance tax, that much tax you have to pay. Okay, right. Now hearing, notice, right of the attendance, ये सब हमने कल discuss किया था. Can we add the additional ground and matters? CIT appeals, can they do? Something you didn't say, but they feel, no, this is also an important fact and all. Can they add on? Yes. Additional ground, matter, and this. We tried to give the additional evidence. Department didn't accept. Department asked, we didn't give. Or we could not give for any other reason. Or now they ask, now we want to give. So like this, you can give additional evidence in any of these four fitting laws. Okay? Right. And there should be reason given to the department also whenever we add on. And time limit for disposing is 1 year from end of financial year in which appeal is filed. Appeal filed once cannot be withdrawn. Okay, right. They can enhance, reduce, confirm, and all. Power of the CIT appeals. Same like your commissioner appeals. One thing you all should know here, second point is important. Commissioner appeals do not have the power to set aside the assessment for fresh assessment. They cannot say, AO, जाओ फिर से असेसमेंट करके लाओ. No, they have to check the facts and they can do the assessment. Next is ITET. When we refer the case to ITET, who can go to ITET? Department. When I say department, it is higher authorities. फिर से वही, ये हायर अथॉरिटीज आपने लिखा, 4 हायर अथॉरिटीज के नाम आपको बताए ना आज स्टार्टिंग में. ये these are the higher authorities who can go for appeal to the ITET. Okay, ITET is like benches of 3 members, 5 members, 7 members. These benches are there in Mumbai, Delhi, and all. And these benches will consist of at least 1 judicial member and 1 accountant member. What is the qualification? They can have more members, of course. Judicial member should be district judge or judge at least for 10 years. He has been member of Indian Legal Service and he has been advocate for at least 25 years. Accountant member is a chartered accountant for at least 25 years. Or he has given the Group A exam and he's into the post for 2 years in the Revenue Income Tax Service Department. Right. Who can be the president of ITET? Vice president. Who can be the vice president? Any of the members of the ITET. Okay. Based on the years of experience. Vice president can be the president, or High Court's judge who has completed 7 years of experience as a judge of High Court. He can be the president of the ITET. Now what procedure? They will do all the hearing and they will take the decision based on majority. And if the members are equal, they can add on the members and original members and added members. Put together, they will take the decision. Now, okay, let us see. One second. So only there is a case where the income, total income as computed by AO does not exceed 50 lakhs. Okay. In that case, the decision can be taken by a single member. Okay. Single member with single bench can take the decision if the tax total income as computed by the AO does not exceed 50 lakhs. Rest all the cases 2, 3, 7, 5 ऐसे members होते हैं. Like what are the orders against which directly they can go for the appeal? So whatever commissioner appeals के पास pass on हुआ है, they can go to appeal. Add on is like this 1023C, trust, hospitals and all decisions are direct taken by the commissioner. Then if there is an appeal required, directly go to the ITET. ठीक है? Right. Fees are there for the commissioner appeals and ITET comparative. But one thing you should know, that when we go and apply to ITET, the other party is called as the respondent. Respondent should file the cross objection, और cross objection के लिए कोई fees नहीं है. For department, there is no fees. I think all of you were there yesterday. I marked this very important for MCQs. Yes. ITET will pass the order as it may think necessary, and that order should be communicated to SSC as well as the department. Generally, ITET will take 4 years from the end of the financial year in which order is passed. But if you have taken a stay order within 180 days from the date of the stay order, maximum extended up to 365 days. Okay, the order will be passed. But while you take a stay order for 180 days and you have said ki no, we will not pay the full tax, at least 20% of total tax you have to pay, which includes your interest, penalty, all milake, right? This part we can do separately also, as I'm going to teach you 154. यहाँ पे लिखो 254 versus 154, ऐसे भी पूछते हैं. You know what is 154? Any order passed by the department and they feel there is mistake apparent from the recorder, दिख के आ रहा है गलती से हमने गलत order pass कर दिया, can they rectify? Yes. But what about ITET order? ITET का जो order है, can it also be rectified? Yes, under 254. Tribunal may rectify its own order at any time within 6 months from the end of the month in which order is passed, with a view to rectify any mistake apparent from record, either CO moto, or if the mistake is brought to its notice by SSE. Application filed by SSE should be accompanied by a fee. However, an order prejudicial to interest of SSE shall not be made without giving. So can they rectify their own order? ITET, yes. How much time? Within 6 months from the end of the month in which order is passed. But whenever they rectify, they need to inform to the SSE and they need to give them reasonable opportunity of being heard. Now, to perform all these functions, what's the power of the ITED? They can accept additional evidence, make necessary inquiry, condo the delay, rectify the mistake. All these are the powers. Then if there is a question of law, we can go to High Court. Department will go to High Court only when the tax effect exceeds 1 lakh. In case of ITED भी हमने कहीं limit पढ़ा था ना, that the department will file only if the tax effect exceeds 50 lakhs. Then only they will go. Department ITET में तभी जाएगी. No, for ITET it is 50 lakhs. For High Court it is 1 crore. I think I made you write it all together कल. नहीं तो अभी लिख लेंगे. And for Supreme Court. Okay. Now what happens when you go to High Court? If there is any question of law to discuss that, the matter will go to High Court within 120 days from date on which tribunal has passed the order. Court fees and all has to be paid, and then all the code of civil procedure is applicable for time of completion and all. Very important is where High Court is satisfied that substantial question of law is involved, it shall formulate the question of law. Appeal is to be heard only on questions formulated. However, respondent shall at the hearing be allowed to argue that there is no question of law. ये तो clear cut है. समझ में आ रहा है? We are saying कि okay, this is allowed, not clear, please clarify. The other party is saying इसमें पूछना क्या है? ये तो allowed ही है. But very important aspect they can ask in the form of case law is, can the High Court agree, yeah, with the processing? Yes, but only subject to the framing of the question of law. Okay, right. So now, and then they will give the decision. That decision is to be accepted. If they are not satisfied, they can go to Supreme Court. Department will go only if the tax effect exceeds 2 crore. When you go to Supreme Court, you need to get first the permission from High Court. Yeah. Any order passed in High Court, provided that High Court is satisfied, case involves substantial question of law and certifies it fit for the Supreme Court, then it will go to the Supreme Court within 90 days of the order passed. Yes. The aggrieved party may make an application to Supreme Court and then judgment may differ or it may be same. कितना दिन का टाइम होगा? 90 days for the Supreme Court. Okay, so till here we have done. I have to take these two repetitive appeals which I will take little later. Right now I want to start rectification भी अभी छोड़ दो, है बहुत simple. I want to start with revision. Revision chapter में wherever space is there, no, after the question answer, make one table. ये देखो क्वेश्चन आंसर के बाद आपके पास जगह है ना, वहां पे एक टेबल बनाओ. Any doubt in the 4 hierarchy? Clear? Appeals, then ITET, then High Court, then Supreme Court. Now today we are doing revision orders. Orders already passed by the AO. Can they be revised? Yes. By the department 263. By the SSC or the department 264. Okay. But ये कैसे होगा? Let us see. For this one concept we all should know, and that is called as doctrine of merger. Can someone in the class explain? Do you all know what is doctrine of merger? Anyone in the class can talk? Law में है? अरे it's two-way knowledge sharing. आप भी थोड़ा समझा दो मुझे. Yeah, this is what we have written yesterday, so we'll continue here. No, did you do this concept in law or not? After I cleared my CA final in 1999, this is the only subject I have not touched, and that is law. Doctrine of merger. I want all of you to make this flowchart for your understanding. Of course, you need not draw any flowchart in the final exam, but to solve the question, you need this knowledge. Doctrine of merger says there are two kinds of the merger: partial merger and total merger. और यहाँ पे लिखो 263. Under section 263, revision by department, doctrine of partial merger applicable. What it is, I am telling you now. Under 263, revision of order by department. Revision of order. Are you able to write with me? Total merger. Under section 264, revision of order by department or SSC. Doctrine of complete merger applicable. But ma'am, what is the doctrine of partial merger and complete merger? That I am teaching you now. पहले लिखा आपने, हम क्यों पढ़ रहे हैं आज का टॉपिक? Yes. ठीक है, लिखा आपने. Now, what is the doctrine of partial merger? Okay. Generally, when you want to revise the order, which is order is passed by AO. Who wants to revise that order? Department. When I say department means you can write HA, higher authorities. तो ये देखो, एक एग्जाम्पल ले रहे हैं हम. एक ऑर्डर है, उसमें 2 पॉइंट इन्वॉल्व है या 2 केस इन्वॉल्व है. सो केस ए इज पेंडिंग विथ कमिश्नर ऑफ इनकम टैक्स appeals. One case is pending with Commissioner of Income Tax Appeals, one part of the case. Case B of the same order. Can we do revision under section 263 by department? Answer is yes. Write down. Both the things will not be possible. So if you're writing, write it down. Then I'll explain. Sometimes I explain and then give you time to write. But write with me. Later on, you'll struggle with my writing. तो पहले लिख लो. चलो. अब देखो क्या हो रहा है. The case is pending with the CIT appeals, or the CIT appeals में we have gone. AO का जो order है. Okay. And department feels that no, there is a mistake in the order of the AO. AO has allowed 80C without checking कि PPF है या नहीं. Donation के लिए 80G का deduction दे रहे, but he didn't ask for the receipt. So if the department feels no, some order of AO is wrong, we need to revise it. Then you may say, ma'am, instead of revision, they can go for 154. No, 154 is rectification of the mistake in the order which is apparent from the record. You know, it's like a silly mistake जो दिख के आ रहा है. कौन? 154. 263 क्या है? Department is saying, oh, I'll teach you 263 and 264 in detail. Department is saying in 263, oh, while going across AO's order, the higher authorities, the commissioners, the principal commissioner, they said, oh, ये तो गलत किया AO ने. AO ने तो गलत कर दिया, proof check किए बिना ही order दे दिया and all. So, can they revise that order? Yes. SSC is saying don't do that. Already the case is pending with Commissioner Appeals. But Commissioner Appeals के पास pending है one part. For the other part, can they do the revision? Answer is yes. This is allowed. And hence we say doctrine of partial merger is applicable. पूरा merger नहीं है, partial merger. आधा appeals में चल रहा है, आधे को revise कर लो. अब आ जाओ. Doctrine of total merger. 264 में who can revise the order? Department can do, even SSC can do for the orders which are prejudicial to the SSC. ये तो लेफ्ट वाला तो पूरा डिपार्टमेंट के फेवर में है. हाँ, एक अपील में है ना, दूसरे को रिवाइज करते हैं, टैक्स ले लेते हैं. बट 264 it says that complete merger is applicable. Means what? Write down here. Case A is pending with Commissioner Appeals. One part of the case is pending with the Commissioner Appeals. Then case B, even some of the books they say matter B, उसी में एक और matter है. Matter B cannot be revised under section 260 by SSC. So that means what? That means what? In case of complete merger applicable to 264, SSC should decide. ये बहुत important है question answer के लिए. Write down. SSC should decide. Number 1, either Commissioner Appeals, फिर ITET, फिर High Court, फिर Supreme Court, or revision of order under section 264. Ma'am, once the SSC revises the order of 264 and if they give in favor of department, can then they go to ITET and High Court and Supreme Court? No. I want you all to write. This is final order. No ITET, High Court, Supreme Court. किधर नहीं जा सकते. That's why doctrine of complete merger. If your case is pending with Commissioner Appeals for 1.1 aspect, one allowed, disallowed. For another also you cannot go. You cannot go to the revision 264. And you know, whatever is the revision order, you have to accept. Who? SSC or department. Can they further fight against the revision order in ITET, High Court, Supreme Court? No. So that's why it's always suggestible to keep 264 as a last measure. As a last measure. 30 days का time है तो पहले commissioner appeals करो because you have रास्ता open to the ITET, to the High Court, Supreme Court. हाँ, but if 30 days are over and you didn't apply to commissioner appeals, or if you know there is no way out now, then you can go to the 264. Of course I will teach this from my material. अभी 263 264 नहीं पढ़ाया. This is a flow chart only to clarify merger. Check it, write it. If you have any doubt, ask it. One second. Huh? Yes. Thank you for waiting. पूछो. Clear है? Give some message in the chat box. Am I teaching you this for the first time? कि ये law में है कहीं पे, पता नहीं होगा शायद. Partial merger, you know, we study lifting of the corporate veil and वैसे ही. So this is all about the doctrine of partial merger. Partial merger में, see, partial merger, dear students, is in the favor of the department only. Department के favor में है. We are saying, department is saying no, something AO ने गलत कर दिया है और गलती से ज्यादा डिडक्शन दे दिया है. We are saying थोड़ा रुको, we are already going to the commissioner appeals. No, you go to commissioner appeals for this aspect. For other aspect, we will revise the order. Who is saying? Department. Department is very smart. For themselves, it is partial merger. SSC is saying, okay, one part I have gone for commissioner appeals, another वहां कुछ होने वाला नहीं है. Can I do the revision order in 264? नहीं. Complete merger. Either you go to the commissioner appeals, ITET, High Court, Supreme Court, or you go to the 264 revision order. And 264 revision order is a deadline, cut off, डैम की तरह रुक जाओ. उसके बाद किधर नहीं जा सकते. You cannot go further. You cannot come bigger. Followed? Right. Let us read from your material now, and then there is a comparative table also, to sure all things will be clear. Yeah, revision. Revision of the order which is prejudicial to the revenue. हाँ, revenue का loss हो रहा है. Government gave you more deductions. Order which may be revised. An order passed by AO, JC, AC, DC, ITO, you know, assessing officer के level के जो लोग हैं, वो लोग order pass कर रहे हैं. And if they feel it is erroneous, prejudicial to interest of revenue, and passed by subordinate to the PCIT, CIT, CCIT, and PCIT. Now, these authorities can do the revision of order. Order passed by AO includes an order of assessment made by commissioner on the basis of joint commissioner, an order made by joint commissioner, or an intimation. हाँ, जो भी lower authorities ने order pass किया है, उसमें कुछ गलती है which is prejudicial to the revenue, government का नुकसान है, तो higher authorities, you can write here, higher authorities can revise the order, revision of order under section 263. The order made by AO after making proper inquiries and considering relevant details and decisions of the Supreme Court cannot be said to be erroneous and prejudicial to interest of the revenue. Hence, such order cannot be revised. जो कमिश्नर लेवल के ऑर्डर हैं वो रिवाइज होंगे. अगर आप ऑलरेडी वहां आगे चले गए हाई कोर्ट सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक, then can the commissioners revise the order? No. Now we are saying if it is erroneous order, you can revise if it is in the favor of the department. What do you mean by erroneous order? Short note. Write a short note on erroneous order. So erroneous order. An order passed by O shall be deemed to be erroneous insofar as it is prejudicial to the interest of the revenue if, in the opinion of the commissioner, order is passed without making inquiries or verification which should have been made. बिना इंक्वायरी किए आपने कुछ ना कुछ डिडक्शंस दे दिए, और Order is passed allowing any relief without inquiring into the claim. Order is passed allowing any relief without inquiring into the claim. कुछ रिलीफ दे दिया 89(1) का 80G का, without checking the facts. Order has been made in accordance with any order, directions or instructions issued by the board. CBDT के instructions, board मतलब CBDT के instructions follow किए बिना आपने order pass कर दिए. Order has not been passed in accordance with any decision which is prejudicial to SSC rendered by High Court or Supreme Court in the case. High Court, Supreme Court जाने के बाद you cannot revise the order. Correct है? So 263 में which orders can be revised? Orders passed by AO on intimation under 143(1) routine. So what are the cases wherein you feel it is erroneous? Order is passed without making any inquiry, or you have given the relief, or you have not followed the instructions of the CBDT, or order is not passed in accordance with any decision which is prejudicial to the SSC, rendered by the High Court. In all these cases, you can revise the order. Treatment of order which is subject matter of revision under 263 which is subject matter of appeal cannot be made. See, if you have already gone for appeals, you are already on track. Appeals, ITET, High Court and Supreme Court. Then you cannot go for 263. 263 is some erroneous order. कुछ ना कुछ गलत हो गया है कहीं पे. Yeah. The higher authorities can revise such order which has been a subject matter of appeal, which has not been considered and decided in the appeal. Already जो appeal में decide हो चुका है, that case cannot be revised under 263. 263 यहाँ लिख दो. Appeal. Appeal case not allowed. Okay, right. Now the PCCIT can revise such order which has a subject matter of appeal which has not been considered. Just now I am telling you, dear students, you cannot revise the order which has already gone for commissioner appeals. But now, under 143(3), if the order is passed by AO, following was observed. Point A against the SSC, point B in the favor of the SSC. तो point A वही doctrine of partial merger है यहाँ पे. SSC being aggrieved with the point A. Point A SSC के against है. तो SSC कहाँ गया? CIT appeals. Point B जो है, it is in the favor of the SSC. तो who is aggrieved? Department. So SSC being aggrieved with the point A in order passed by AO preferred an appeal to the commissioner appeals. Point A के लिए already they have gone to the commissioner appeals because the SSC is feeling it is aggrieved. However, commissioner wants to revise for point B. Okay. Point B commissioner को revise करना है which is in the favor of the SSC but it is prejudicial to the revenue. Can they do so? Yes. However, commissioner wants to revise the order for matter point B and it is possible as doctrine of partial merger is applicable to 263. However, commissioner cannot revise the order for point A. है ना? चलो मैं तो जा रहा हूँ भी तुम भी आ जाओ ऐसे नहीं होता है. The first point is already taken care by commissioner appeals, let them continue. But the second part, if it is prejudicial to the interest of the revenue, can the department go for the revision under 263? Answer is yes. Okay. An order cannot be said to have been made subject of an appeal if appeal has been disposed of by the appellate authority without passing an order. See, if you are saying that one part is with the appeals, fine. But if appeal में अगर वो solve हो गया है, time limit खत्म हो गई है, तो कोई problem ही नहीं है. चलो, procedure. Procedure is only R for reading. What they are asking in exam is distinguish. We will come to that. Little fast now we'll go. Did you all follow? I know I'm explaining something little technical. It's a challenge, and that is why some students they are off track now. ये नहीं पढ़ना, ऐसा नहीं है. दो बार repeat करो. By tomorrow, when you apply this knowledge, you will enjoy solving the problems for sure. So the higher authorities may call for and examine the records of proceeding. And if he considers that order passed by AO is prejudicial, he can revise and rectify the same. See, higher authorities are checking all the orders and they come across an order कि ये तो prejudicial to revenue department ने गलत किया है. Can they correct it over there? Yes. Record shall include, they can do, revise the order under 263. Record shall include all the records relating to any proceeding under this act available at the time of examination. This means that any material which was not available at the time of assessment but at the time of examination will also be considered in the revision order. Revision order may can they add more matter? Yeah. It must make a cause to be made such inquiry. No revision order shall be passed without giving assessee an opportunity of being heard. Finally, he may pass revision order as circumstances of case may justify, including an order enhancing, modifying, cancelling the assessment and directing a fresh assessment. So, who can do all this revision of the order? Yeah, higher authorities. They may pass such revision order as it may be necessary. And in that, they can increase the tax, they can decrease the tax. Time limit. 2 years from the end of the financial year in which order sought to be revised is passed. Order अगर पास हुआ है 25 अगस्त 22 को, so plus 2 years from the end of this financial year. 22 का end कब हो रहा है? 31st March 2023 plus 2 years. Can you please note down time limit? March 25 तक खत्म करो इसको. Was writing the running note helpful? Doctrine of merger, did you follow? See, we want to revise an order. It is prejudicial to revenue. बहुत गलत हुआ है. तो SSC saying रुको रुको रुको, हम already commissioner appeals के पास गए. But you have gone to commissioner appeals for another aspect. Here, this is so straight like not allowed. So can we revise the order? Yes. Time limit for passing a revision order under section 263 is 2 years from the end of the financial year in which orders ought to be revised is passed. That I've told you how you will do. In computing this time taken in giving opportunity to the assessee of being heard and all is excluded. Any period during which there is a stay order, कभी कभी लगता है तो वो exclude होगा. There is no time limit for passing a revision order with the effect to or in consequence of an order of ITET, High Court or Supreme Court. उनके लिए कोई लिमिट नहीं है, but you need lot of proofs. चलो, revision order passed by the hierarchies can be appealed to the tribunal. Oh, SSC is saying I've already gone to commissioner appeals for the matter A. Now matter B, higher authorities are doing revision under 263. अब SSC तो और फंस गया, और खड्डे में, एक खड्डा और खड्डा. No, this is wrong. The way you have assessed my income, reassessed my income under 263, it is wrong. कौन बोल रहा है? SSC. Again, can they go to the tribunal, ITET, High Court and Supreme Court against 263? Answer is yes. Mark this, very important for the MCQs. Clear? A revision order passed by the PCIT CIT can be appealed to tribunal. Okay, 263 versus 154. See here, the higher authorities can exercise the power even in case where issue is debatable. Revision provision 263 is not comparable with the power of the rectification. See, 154 is only very narrow-minded if there is a mistake apparent from the record. लेकिन PCIT के केस में तो क्या है? Even when the case is debatable, they can. Chalo, let us take up now 264 and then there is a comparative. I think now we can first go to 264 and 263 comparative and then come back. Is 263 clear to all of you? That's the reason, dear students, I never take this assessment procedure together. Otherwise, right from your return of income 143, 144, your scrutiny, your 147 income escaping assessment, there we stopped. Then we did one or two practical topics and here we are. Again, I will stop. I will do equalization, levy, tonnage, tax, ek do practical topic and then we will go to the raid cases. These are all procedural topics, but yes, very interesting and you need to repeatedly read it to get good marks in exam. And every time you need not read in detail, like for example, just on your tips, if you say you should have the gist. What is 263? Order passed by AO. If it is erroneous means what? Four cases we have seen. Without checking the proof, you have given the deduction or you have given the relief or you didn't follow the instructions of CBDT. And the higher authorities, four higher authorities I told you, they feel that the order of the AO is prejudicial. Can they revise that order? And revision of order under 263 is much in-depth than 154. 154 is, there also we are revising the order, but it is like a silly mistake. So we are rectifying the mistake. That's why rectification of mistake under 154. 263's department is feeling, no, this is wrong. This order of AO is wrong. So they will revise. But while they try to revise, the SSC is saying, sir, I have already gone for appeals. Okay, you have gone for appeals in A matter, no? B को तो revise कर सकते हैं ना? B में तो tax pay करो और like that. So doctrine of partial merger is applicable. Now we are doing 264. 263 में can tax be enhanced? Can they ask you to pay extra tax? Yes, because the topic का title ही है prejudicial to revenue. 264, it is your tax or your amounts of taxes cannot be increased. SSC feels नहीं कुछ गलती हुई है, SEM से sorry, AO feels कुछ गलती हुई है SSC, they can revise the order under 264. SSC himself feels no, there is a mistake in the order. Can they go for revision of the order under 264? But I told you the SSC will be very careful before going for 264. Because from 264, whatever is the decision, it's like a full stop. You cannot go to the ITET High Court. So best is if when the SSC feels aggrieved, he will not go for 264, he will go for Commissioner Appeals. But अगर Commissioner Appeals का time खत्म हो गया है या Commissioner Appeals में हम गए लेकिन हमारा केस ही एक्सेप्ट नहीं हुआ, अब और कोई तो रास्ता नहीं बचा है, चलो 264 ही ट्राई कर लेते हैं. Who will say? SSC. Then that time can SSC say, okay, one part is pending with the Commissioner Appeals, no? Another के लिए I want AO you to revise the order. 264 में मेरा order revise कर दो matter B के लिए. Matter A तो गया. Either you go Commissioner Appeals High Court or you go to 264, both you cannot go. That's why doctrine of complete merger. ठीक है, चलो पढ़ते हैं इसको. ये देखो, what is the name of, yeah, even after 263, this line is very important. Star mark this point. Even if the 263 revision is done by the PCIT, CIT and these higher authorities, can they now go to the ITET, High Court and Supreme Court? Yes, it is open. So this can definitely be asked in MCQs also. Yes. Chalo. Revision of order not prejudicial to the revenue, means it is for the benefit of SSE. Orders which may be erroneous, not covered by 263, or they are passed by authorities subordinate to these higher authorities, then no order under this section can be passed which is prejudicial to SSE. So, no order under this section can be passed which is prejudicial to the SSE. SSE के favor में होना चाहिए. Okay? Right. So, now, order which is not appealable before the commissioner appeals can also be referred to the commissioner for revision. जो commissioner appeals के पास नहीं जा सकते हैं, you can write here, time limit is over. You went to commissioner appeals within 30 days, but time खत्म हो गया, आपको वापस घर भेज दिए, और रिजेक्टेड, कमिश्नर अपील्स ने बोला नहीं ये केस हम नहीं देंगे, तो यू कैन यू गो फॉर द रिविजन? यस. हु कैन गो फॉर द रिविजन? आइदर ऑन हिज ओन मोशन, डिपार्टमेंट, or on application by the SSE. They can go. Where revision has been initiated by the SSE, application must be made. हाँ, अगर SSE कर रहा है तो कब एप्लीकेशन करना? Within 1 year. Within 1 year from the date on which order in question was communicated to SSE, or the date on which otherwise. So जिस दिन SSE को order मिला, वहां से 1 year में SSE can ask for 264 revision. However, the higher authorities can admit a belated application. In computing above period, the day on which order is served is excluded. If the SSE not received the order, time required to obtain the copy was excluded. Now, can the higher authorities revise the order on his own motion? Yes, within 1 year from the date of passing the order. समझ में आ रहा है आपको? 263 कौन इनिशिएट करेगा? Your the department within 2 years from the date of the order. 264 SSE or department within 1 year they can do. Now 1 year में तो you can initiate, yeah, you can make application. Time limit for passing the order. अच्छा एक मिनट, इसका 263 का टाइम लिमिट कब था? 1 मिनट, टाइम लिमिट था ना? 2 years में you can revise the order anytime. ITET, High Court, Supreme Court के जाने के बाद भी can the department feel that they need to revise it? Can they do so? Yes. चलो आ जाओ. Now we are in 264. So 264 फिर से पढ़ते हैं beginning से. Order which may be erroneous, not covered under 263, passed by lower authorities. These orders which is not appealable before commissioner can also go for 264, either on his own motion or on an application made by SSE. Where revision has been initiated by SSE, application must be made within 1 year from date on which he receives the order. And where it is initiated by the department, higher authorities, within 1 year from the date of passing the order. They will examine, they will inquire, and they will pass the order. Time limit for passing the order. Where the department acts on his own motion within 1 year from the date of the original order, they can do revision order under 264. Where application is made by SSE. SSE कर रहा है application within 1 year from the end of the financial year in which such application is made. Okay. So time taken in giving opportunity of being heard, stay order, वो सब exclude होगा. ठीक है. These are like R for reading. हर जगह है ये. Orders which cannot be revised. You cannot revise. For time limit, I feel we should make one flow chart. It will be clear. go to your notebooks please, or there only page number 184 में देखो थोड़ी जगह है. Doctrine of merger समझ में आया? If it is 263, one part can go for appeals, another department can revise. If it is 264, या तो पूरा appeals या तो पूरा revision. It is like that. 263 में application का time कितना है? You can apply. Directly they gave 2 years time only. ये टाइम लिमिट्स कभी कभी एमसीक्यू में पूछते हैं और बहुत इजी है, 2 मिनट लगेगा, एक साथ लिख लो. टाइम लिमिट नंबर 1 अंडर सेक्शन 263 जो डिपार्टमेंट करती है खुद से, within 2 years from end of financial year, within 2 years from the end of the financial year. I know थोड़ा सा ये रटने वाला ही है, बट कुछ नहीं कर सकते. Accept it and move. Within 2 years from the end of the financial year in which order to be revised is passed. तो जो भी एओ ने ऑर्डर पास किया है वो हायर अथॉरिटीज रिवाइज कर सकते हैं within 2 years from the end of the financial in which order is passed. Example, if the order passed by AO on say 15th July 2022, तो ईयर कब खत्म हो रहा है? मार्च 2023 प्लस 2 years 31st March 2025 तक. Any time you can revise the order which is prejudicial to revenue. And who can do so? Higher authorities. Who are higher authorities? 4 higher authorities. Commissioner of Income Tax, Principal Commissioner. Chief Commissioner, Principal Chief Commissioner. ऐसे याद रखना है. चलो, now second. Under 264. Under 264. 264 में हम फ्लो चार्ट बनाएंगे क्योंकि दोनों रिवाइज कर सकते हैं ना. टाइम लिमिट फॉर एप्लीकेशन ऑफ रिविजन ऑफ ऑर्डर अंडर सेक्शन. आई नो कि मैम व्हाई यू आर मेकिंग अस राइट सो मच, वी कैन नॉट राइट ऑल दिस इन फाइनल एग्जाम, but once also if you are writing, no, you are fitting it in your mind. So write down time limit for application of revision of order under 264. Left hand side write down initiated by department. डिपार्टमेंट ने खुद बोला कि नहीं नहीं एसएससी के साथ गलत हो रहा है, उसको ठीक करते हैं. तो विद इन 1 year, 1 year फ्रॉम, ईयर एंड वाला स्टोरी नहीं है यहाँ, 1 year फ्रॉम द डेट ऑफ ऑर्डर, 1 year फ्रॉम द डेट ऑफ ऑर्डर. So suppose order is passed on 18 September 2022, 1 year यहाँ से 18 September से. चलो, now this side initiated by SSC, CO मोटो. SSC खुद ही बोल रहा है नहीं नहीं मेरे साथ गलत हुआ है, मुझे रिविजन करना है ऑर्डर का. Department means sure if I write HA it is clear, higher authorities within 1 year. और अगर SSC करता है तो they can initiate within 1 year from receipt of order. Within 1 year from receipt of order. Now, time limit for passing revision order. Time limit for passing revision order. ये तो था कि आप इनिशिएट कब करोगे, अब आप ऑर्डर कब पास करोगे. तो हायर अथॉरिटीज के लिए सेम है. विद इन 1 year फ्रॉम द रिसीट ऑफ द ऑर्डर they have to initiate also and complete also. Revision of order also within 1 year. Same. Within 1 year from passing order. From passing original order. ओरिजिनल ऑर्डर पास किया ना, उसके विद इन 1 year ही sorry I wrote it reverse. 1 year from the, ये एसएससी है ना, तो उसको 1 year फ्रॉम द ईयर एंडिंग मिलेगा ऑर्डर के लिए. विद इन 1 year फ्रॉम end of financial year. Within 1 year from end of financial year, please change it. Within 1 year from the end of financial year ending in which application made, application for revision made. Clear? Who? SSC. 1 year from the receipt of the order, SSC will make the application. And then 1 year from the end of financial year in which application कब मिल किया आपने, 18 September 22. So within 1 year you have to make the application original order के. And suppose this is order date. Suppose here application made on 12 December 22, then 31st March 23 plus 1 year, 31st March 2024. 1 year from the end of the financial year in which application is made, order of revision is to be passed. Sure. Now here to it is same. Department within 1 year from the order, they have to initiate exactly 1 year. ये year ending नहीं है, so they have to intimate कि they want to revise the order by 17 September 2023. And time limit for revision order is also same. Within 1 year from original order, not 1 year from जहां से आपने application किया, original order. So same. Original order के 1 year के अंदर, if department feels they have to apply and they have to revise the order under 264 in favor of the SSC, in favor of the SSC. You can unmute and ask your doubts, क्योंकि ये काफी लेंदी है. अगर आपको chat box नहीं यूज करना है तो आप पूछ लो. And please keep the flowchart open and put your left hand on your notes and read from there. Then you will be clear at your home. Easy है. डिपार्टमेंट के लिए 1 year का टाइम है. ऑर्डर से इनिशिएट करो, ऑर्डर पास भी कर दो 1 year में. एसएससी के लिए 1 year फ्रॉम ऑर्डर इज द टाइम टू इनिशिएट के ओके वी वांट टू रिवाइज द ऑर्डर. एंड फ्रॉम द डे यू हैव अप्लाइड, दैट डेट से ईयर एंडिंग जहां से आपका खत्म हो रहा है, वहां से विद इन 1 year you can complete the revision. Okay, best I have tried to give. Still if anything is there you check it. देखो टाइम लिमिट, पहले तो टाइम लिमिट एप्लीकेशन का देखते हैं, एक बार फिर से देखते हैं. we'll see it. I know I'm taking little longer time but then this is necessary. where the revision has been initiated by SSE. SSE must within 1 year from the date on which order was communicated, okay, or the date on which he receives, 1 year के अंदर एप्लीकेशन कर देना कि मेरे को 264 में रिविजन करना है. कौन? SSE. अब आ जाओ यहाँ पे. SSE अगर इनिशिएट कर रहा है, where application is made by SSE within 1 year from the end of the financial year in which he made application, खत्म कर दो 264 को. अब आ जाओ डिपार्टमेंट. डिपार्टमेंट when you can apply, the authorities can revise the order within 1 year from the date of passing the order, and you can initiate कि you want to revise now, where authorities are in motion within 1 year from the date of the original order. So department के लिए 1 ही साल का time है. Within 1 year you initiate that you want to revise the order, gather all information, examine on records, and 1 year में खत्म कर दो 264. SSC within 1 year of the receipt of the order you can apply. Once you apply, from that year ending plus 1 more year's time, this much time is given maximum to complete the revision under 264. Orders which cannot be revised under 264, where order is appealable, star market, very important for exam. ये एग्जाम में पूछते हैं, सिली लग रहा है लेकिन ये पूछते हैं. What are the orders which cannot be revised under 264? If you have gone for commissioner appeals at least 10 times until now, I have told that either to आप चले जाओ वहां पे 260 आपका commissioner appeals and then you know all that, or you come here. So where the order is appealable but no appeal has been made to commissioner appeals or tribunal, or within such appeal can be made 30 days अभी तक खत्म नहीं हुए, such orders cannot go for 264. Note, where an appeal lies to appeals, commissioner appeals, and the right of appeal is waived by SSE. SSE ने खुद बोला कि 15 दिन हुए हैं, अपील को टाइम है, लेकिन मेरे को अपील नहीं करना. I have waived. I don't want to go for commissioner appeals. I want to go for 264. Then जाओ, आपकी मर्जी. Principal commissioner may revise the order even before the expiry. Are you getting? I am explaining you law like term, but clear है या नहीं? Routine class से double the effort is taken. That's why, you know, these are like doses. I can take half an hour extra and complete the question answer also today, but I will not do it. See, where an order is appealable, you can't go for revision. But where the SSE is waiving off his right, can they go for the revision? Yes. Where the order has been made subject of appeal to commissioner appeals or appellate, then you cannot. See, SSE has been aggrieved with point A and point B in the order passed by the AO. He preferred an appeal to commissioner appeals in the point A. Can he seek the revision petition under 264? It is not possible as doctrine of complete merger. Yeah, sir. Part of my order is pending with commissioner appeals, but remaining part I want to revise in 264. Not allowed. Doctrine of complete merger. Shut down. या इधर जाओ या वहां जाओ, दो जगह पैर नहीं रखना. It is to be noted that for the purpose of 264, see, he has to choose either way out. दो नाव में पैर नहीं रखना. Can you circle this in your material? He has to choose either way out. Commissioner appeals, you should write here, or 264. Fees is 500. It is to be noted that 264 doctrine of total merger is applicable on the other hand for 147, 154, 263 doctor of partial merger. ये बड़े स्मार्ट है, ये सब डिपार्टमेंट के फेवर में है. तो डिपार्टमेंट बोल रहा हमारी बारी आएगी तो हम आधा आधा करेंगे, आधे को उधर आने दो, आधे को हम इधर देख लेंगे. वी विल रिवाइज द ऑर्डर इफ इट इज प्रिजुडिशियल 263 में. 500 rupees application is fees is there for this revision order, and this has to be paid by SSE. Appeals against an order under 264. A revision order passed by the commissioner cannot be appealed to tribunal. However, a petition for writ of the this under article 2, you know, they can make a writ petition. ठीक है. पर और कुछ कर नहीं सकते. इन शॉर्ट 264 का ऑर्डर एकदम फाइनल है. यू कैन नॉट डू एनीथिंग. SSC cannot claim the right of revision in respect of earlier year on the basis of finding of tribunal for a subsequent year. आपका कमिश्नर अपील्स हो गया, आप ट्रिब्यूनल में गए, आगे चल रहा है. नाउ रिवर्स, कैन यू गो टू द रिविजन ऑर्डर? नो. An order passed by the principal commissioner declining to interfere shall not be deemed to be an order which is prejudicial to the SSC. SSC cannot deny. Chalo, next. An SSC can opt for CIT appeals or CIT section 264 but not both. I've already given in both. Bold. Either you go for the commissioner appeals or you go for the revision. अब देखो दोनों का comparative दिया है. Mark it very important as theory question and you can write like this in exam, dear students. Which order can be revised? 263 में order which is prejudicial to revenue. 264 में order which is prejudicial to SSC. Who can do 263? Higher authorities on their own. 264 higher authorities as well as SSC. Revision is possible of the issue which have not been considered and decided in appeal. Doctrine of partial merger is applicable. Here, doctrine of complete merger, या इधर आ जाओ या वहां चले जाओ. Who will make the application for 263? Only the department. SSC doesn't apply. Whereas 264 में SSC can apply within 1 year from the date of the order. Okay? Time limit for passing the order. 263 का revision order अभी मैंने आपको notebook में लिखा है 2 years from the end of financial year in which order revised to be revised is passed. But time limit of 264 क्या है? If department wants to do within 1 year from original order. If application is made by SSC within 1 year from end of financial year in which application is made. Fee. 263 डिपार्टमेंट खुद कर रहा है तो डिपार्टमेंट को तो कोई फीस पे करना नहीं है खुद से खुद को. So no. 264 500 rupees fees is applicable. Okay. Appeal can be filed to tribunal. Yeah. Can 263 के आगे can we go to the tribunal? That is the ITET. Tribunal is ITET. I hope all of you know. Income tax appellate tribunal. I always say ITET. तो ITET क्या है? Tribunal. Can we go to the ITET and High Court and Supreme Court? Yes. But no appeal can be filed. 264 is stopped. 263 is beneficial to revenue और यहाँ पे आगे add करो income will increase. तो टैक्स भी बढ़ जाएगा. विल नहीं लिखना चाहिए, इनकम में इंक्रीज. एसएससी के फायदे की बात हो रही है 264 में, तो इनकम में रिड्यूस. बट 264 में नेवर दे विल आस्क यू टू पे मोर टैक्सेस. गॉट इट ऑल ऑफ यू? या this amendment I have already included that earlier ना 263 और हर जगह सिर्फ प्रिंसिपल कमिश्नर थे. अब प्रिंसिपल चीफ कमिश्नर और चीफ कमिश्नर ऑफ इनकम टैक्स भी ऐड हो गए. तो मैं तो हर जगह चारों का नाम ले रही हूँ. And I have told you at the beginning of this chapter I call it as higher authorities. These are all very nice question if you can read and come. But of course I will discuss them all tomorrow when I take up rectification along with this. Right now, just 10 minutes more and I'll wind up. I want to take up the concept of repetitive appeals. Can I close 263, 264? एक मैसेज तो डालो. ये डिस्टिंग्विश समझ में आया? Yeah, you will always suggest the SSC to go first for the commissioner appeals and that hierarchy. If that road is closed, then come to 264. Okay. Thank you so much for the response. and tomorrow you will see it in a better way when I discuss. और मैंने आंसर्स भी प्रिंट कर दिए हैं कि ये चैप्टर का क्वेश्चन आए तो आप कैसे लिखोगे आंसर. कैन यू प्लीज कम बैक टू द फर्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ दिस ग्रीवेंस सेल वाला चैप्टर जो कल हमने किए थे ना, हाई कोर्ट सुप्रीम कोर्ट. 254 पता नहीं क्यों मुझे इंपॉर्टेंट लग रहा है. डिड यू राइट लाइक दिस? आईटेट खुद अपना ऑर्डर रिवाइज कर सकता है 254 में. मैम बाकी ऑर्डर कहाँ रिवाइज रेक्टिफाई करेंगे अगर करना है तो 154 में. ठीक है, या आ जाओ. देयर इज अ कॉन्सेप्ट कॉल्ड एज प्रोविजंस फॉर रिपीटेटिव अपील. प्रोविजन फॉर रिपीटेटिव अपील. Just a, yeah, this is the case for the repetitive appeals. And ma'am, how this is going to be a simple short note or some concept in this. Where an SSC claims that question of law arising in case of assessment year is pending before the AO or appellate authority, and such being case being hereinafter referred to as relevant case. Relevant case, I call it in my language as second case, which is identical with the question of law in another assessment year, which is pending before High Court or Supreme Court, and such case hereinafter is referred to as other case. I call it as first case. अदर केस आपके एक्ट की लैंग्वेज है. तो फर्स्ट केस कहाँ पेंडिंग है? क्वेश्चन ऑफ लॉ, और वो भी कहाँ पे? हाई कोर्ट सुप्रीम कोर्ट. एग्जैक्टली आइडेंटिकल सेकेंड केस इज पेंडिंग विद द एओ और द appellate authority, कोई भी, commissioner appeals and all. So you know what? And if the assessing officer, as the case may appears to apply in the relevant case, second case, the final decision on question in the other case, first case, he shall not raise such question of law in the relevant case in appeal before any appellate authority. Take a pause here. इसको भी डायग्राम बना के पढ़ते हैं. ये देखो, simple one I'll make. Section 158A, avoiding, if you want you can also write, but little fast, dear students. Avoiding repetitive appeals. I'm just giving you an understandable diagram. Suppose for the previous year, we can take कोई पुराना 2019-20 का एक केस है pending with High Court on question of law. Previous, I can print this simple language in my book, but then you have to write. So the first one, what do I call it as? Other case. Other case. 2019 का एक केस है जो पेंडिंग है हाई कोर्ट के पास और अभी क्वेश्चन ऑफ लॉ के लिए डिबेट चल रहा है. अब जो हमारा रेलेवेंट केस है, अभी का रेलेवेंट केस है, वो प्रीवियस ईयर 21-22 के लिए है. इट इज पेंडिंग विथ AO or ITET. Same question of law. Okay, so now what we will do is third point. Keep relevant case pending. Means even if your case is pending to AO or Commissioner Appeals, don't go to higher authority. Ruko. Keep the relevant case pending. Let judgment of other case, जो already higher authorities के पास, let the judgment of other case come first. Fifth point, apply decision of other case to relevant case to avoid repetitive appeals. बात खत्म. चेक करो, लिखो क्लियर है नहीं. When you finish writing, tell me. I will re-explain and again I'll go and read over there so that you write that language in exam. 2019-21 case is pending already with the High Court for the question of law. You know, the best example I gave you yesterday, like freebies are allowed to doctors or not. You know, the pharmaceutical companies, like Hyderabad is a hub for pharmaceutical companies. So we give lot of benefits to the doctors for promoting our medicines. So is it allowed or not? 1920 के लिए pending है. फिर 21-20 के लिए वो ही allowed disallowed juggling in the business head is going on with the lower authorities. Then we can ask the lower authorities to keep the relevant case pending. Ruko. Let the case be decided by the higher authorities. And then that decision we will apply. So if the higher authorities in the other case, 1920, they say, nahi, freebies are not allowed. So even in 21-22, it is not allowed and finished. Why you want to file the repetitive same appeals for similar case for different years or different customers? अगर same ही है, same identical issue है, तो वही identical issue higher authorities के पास चल रहा है, and that same identical issue is already pending with higher authority for 1920. Of 21-22, same issue is pending with the AO or the ITET. So ask the ITET to keep it on hold. If the higher authorities give the decision for the SSC, मुझे ITET में जाना ही नहीं है. There's no point in going to the ITET. Followed all of you? So this will help to avoid lot of repetitive appeals. Finished all of you writing this? Yeah? Chalo, let us read now once again. It's very easy. See. If any question of law in his case for assessment year is pending with the AO, Abhika, relevant case 21-22. With a question of law in case of another year which is pending with the High Court. And if the AO or the appellate authority agrees to apply in the relevant case, final decision of question of law in the other case, first case. He shall not raise the question of law in the relevant case in appeal before any appellate authority. The AO or the appellate authority, as the case may be, may by order in writing admit the claim of the SSC if he or it is satisfied that question of law arising in the relevant case is identical, or reject the claim if he or it is not satisfied. They may. The order shall be final and shall not be called in question in any proceeding by way of appeal. अब ना ये relevant case में higher authorities तक जाने की जरूरत ही नहीं. Where the claim is admitted, the AO or the authority may make an order disposing of the relevant case without awaiting the final decision on the other case, and the SSC shall not be entitled to raise in relation to relevant case question of law. जाना ही नहीं है आपको relevant case 21-22 के लिए किधर भागने की जरूरत नहीं है. When decision on question of law in other case becomes final, it shall be applied to the relevant case, and AO or the appellate authority shall, if necessary, amend the order. Mark this last point important. ये सब ठीक है, you can cancel also, जरूरत नहीं है लिखने की. Wait for the question of law in other case and apply it to the relevant case, and the AO or the appellate authority shall, if necessary, amend the order. Is repetitive appeals clear? तो इसमें who was asking to wait and do an all SSE. Exactly similar is the position of the department. 158 AB. This was 158 A. 158 AB. Procedure when identical question of law ends pending before the Supreme Court. अब इसको भी केस बना के करते हैं. सुप्रीम कोर्ट के पास पेंडिंग है आपका केस. दिस इज फ्रॉम द डिपार्टमेंट साइड. ये कौन करेगा यहाँ पे सब अपील्स एंड ऑल. यू कैन राइट हियर फॉर एसएससी. यहाँ पे सब अपील प्ली और वो सब कौन करेगा. फॉर डिपार्टमेंट. लास्ट वन 158 AB. इसके लिए भी आई ड्रॉ वन डायग्राम. वन 158 AB. Identical question of law pending with सुप्रीम कोर्ट. अब ये देखो प्रीवियस ईयर 2019-20 का केस पेंडिंग विथ सुप्रीम कोर्ट चल रहा है. सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने ऑब्वियसली जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट के पास गए तो वो क्वेश्चन ऑफ लॉ के लिए ही होगा. नाउ प्रीवियस ईयर 21-22 Commissioner Appeals, CIT Appeals gave decision in favor of SSE in identical case. एग्जैक्टली सेम केस जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट के पास पेंडिंग है उसमें कमिश्नर अपील्स दे गेव द डिसीजन इन फेवर ऑफ एसएससी इन आइडेंटिकल केस. नाउ डिपार्टमेंट विल टेक परमिशन ऑफ एसएससी. देखो एसएससी कमिश्नर अपील्स ने ना आपके फेवर में जजमेंट दिया है. नाउ वी कैन गो टू आईटेट. यू रिमेंबर आईटेट एनीवन कैन गो विद इन 60 days. सो नाउ डिपार्टमेंट विल टेक परमिशन ऑफ द एसएससी. वी विल not go to ITET till decision of Supreme Court comes in first case. बात क्लियर है. See, कमिश्नर अपील्स ने किसके फेवर में डिसीजन दिया. एसएससी. सो डिपार्टमेंट कैन गो टू आईटेट but exactly same case is pending in the Supreme Court for earlier years. So department is saying SSC, if you agree, we will not apply to the ITET right now. वो जो 60 days वाला time है ना उसको stay order रखो. We will not go to ITET till the decision of Supreme Court comes in the first case. अब Supreme Court का decision आ गया. When Supreme Court decision comes in favor of SSC. 2019-20 के केस में Supreme Court has given the decision in favor of SSC. Now what the department will do? Department क्या करेगा? No point in going to ITET. ITET के पास जाके फायदा ही नहीं है बिकॉज हायर अथॉरिटीज ने ही बोल दिया कि नहीं नहीं फ्रीबीज तो अलाउड ही नहीं है, ये है वो है. तो डिपार्टमेंट नो पॉइंट इन गोइंग टू ITET. Your case will stop. No point in going to the ITET. वो stop हो जाएगा. But when Supreme Court's decision comes in favor of department, oh, now the department is feeling a sign of relief. हाँ, हमारे हक में भी काज हो रहा है. Now they can apply to ITET. This is also like a repetitive appeal, no ma'am. But first वाला था repetitive appeal SSC के लिए. SSC will wait. कि जब 1920 चल ही रहा है तो रुक जाओ. And here, if identical case is pending with Supreme Court, department will wait. But they can wait only if the permission is given by SSC. हाँ ठीक है, हम भी agree हो रहे. Otherwise आपका time limit तो waterfall है ना, वो तो चला जाएगा. 60 days time limit for applying to ITET. Did you finish writing the steps and are they clear or not? Tell me. Right. Let us read it very quickly. ये देखो 158 AB. The commissioner is of opinion that there is a question of law arising in case of SSC for any year that is called as relevant case. I always call it as a second case. A B, relevant. Identical question of law for another year is already pending before the Supreme Court in appeal 261 or leave petition and all against order in favor of the SSC. ये हो गया other case. आपका first case already pending चल रहा है. वो भी कहाँ? सीधा Supreme Court. The PCIT may, instead of directing AO to appeal ITET, direct the AO to make an application to ITET in prescribed form within 60 days from the receipt of order, stating that appeal on question of law arising in the second case, relevant case, may be filed when decision on question of law becomes final in other case. Ruk jao ITET. We will apply after the decision comes. Such direction can be given to the CIT only if acceptance is received by SSC. SSC का permission लेना पड़ेगा. That question of law in two cases is identical. दोनों में ना allowed disallowed. Allowed disallowed, I am saying you all know what is question of law. In reasonable salary जो भी है कि केस एकदम सेम ही है तो रुक जाओ ना ITET. ITET we will apply. But after the decision comes in the other case. And for that, you need to receive acceptance from the SSC. If no acceptance is received by SSC, PCIT shall proceed. फिर तो PCIT आगे चला जाएगा, अपना काम routine में करेगा. अब, where order of CIT appeals is not in conformity with the final decision on the question of law in other case. Final decision आ गया other case में और इनसे agree नहीं हो रहा है, अलग है. Then now you may direct the AO to appeal for the ITET. अब AO को बोलो, AO डिपार्टमेंट हमारे साइड कौन है? AO चलो हम जाते हैं ITET के पास, because हमारे फेवर में नहीं आया. But such appeal shall be filed within 60 days from the date on which order of Supreme Court in other cases communicated. तो 60 days का टाइम है. अगर final order, see, final decision on question of law in other case is not in conformity with us department. चलो अब now we will go to the ITET. अब हम AO को बोलेंगे चलो ITET के पास जाते हैं, ITET को बोलेंगे हाई कोर्ट के पास जाते हैं, हाई कोर्ट को बोलेंगे. Now we will go. So exactly same concept of repetitive appeals, but this was repetitive appeals which can be taken care by the SSC. These are the repetitive appeals which can be taken care by the department. And there is no time waste. No, they are giving you the time. That's all for today's class. I have gone as slow as I can. Revise everything what is taught to you for 4 levels of the appeals with the flowchart, with the time limit. And time limit 1 year and 4 year is there only for the appeals and ITET. हाई कोर्ट सुप्रीम कोर्ट में कोई टाइम लिमिट नहीं है, कोड ऑफ सिविल प्रोसीजर इज एप्लीकेबल वहां पे. हाँ, फॉर मेकिंग एप्लीकेशन इट इज देयर 30 days, 60 days, 120 days and 90 days, वो तो है. ठीक है. So with this, yeah, 1 minute before we close, I want all of you to write in your notes. आप जो notes लिख रहे हैं ना, वहां लिख दो. Very important concept for MCQs. कल नहीं लिखे ना वो limit? No, you have not written yesterday. For MCQs, write down. Department will apply only if tax effect, not income, tax effect exceeds. एटेट के केस में 50 lakhs. अगर 50 लाख से ज्यादा टैक्स इफेक्ट है तो ही डिपार्टमेंट विल अप्लाई टू आईटेट. एसएससी कैन अप्लाई. एसएससी व्हेन दे गो टू द आईटेट, व्हेन दे फील की कमिश्नर अपील्स हैज नॉट डन अ करेक्ट जॉब और व्हाटएवर, हाई कोर्ट, they will apply if your tax effect exceeds 1 crore. Supreme Court, they will apply if it exceeds 2 crores. चेक करो लिमिट्स क्लियर है या नहीं. 2 marks in the MCQs are super duper important. ठीक है, चलो. So that's all for today. Tomorrow is the third class and the last class for appeals and revisions with quality good questions, how you need to answer, and 2 add-ons, very small topic I'll take. One is 154, rectification of mistake which is apparent from the record, and settlement commission is not there now, but little bit whatever detail you have. Please remember, if anyone has studied in the old syllabus or has studied somewhere else, and if you have the notes, वो जो बड़ा वाला चैप्टर था सेटलमेंट कमीशन, रेड के केस में ना हम सेटलमेंट के लिए जाते थे, अरे बहुत लाइबिलिटी आ रही, 10 लाख है, 50 लाख है, इसको सेटल कर लेते हैं. ऑल दैट is abolished. Now raid cases, the assessment is done in 147 only. Block of assessment 158 वाला concept ही निकाल दिया. Okay, so this we will do tomorrow, and then after this, along with this, only one more kind of bench is there, that is earlier called R, Authority of Advance Ruling. Now it is called BAR, Board of Advance Ruling. So that also we will take up and complete this procedural part. That's all for today. Thank you so much. Any doubts you have, you can comment below. Thank you. Bye-bye.